We're just gonna do my intro on warm up, but hey guys, back for another push. Um, I did a little bit of my warm ups. This is my second last warm up, but well, as you can tell by nobody else beside me, Daniel's not here, so we're doing this alone. And second, my chest still hurts, guys. I think I actually hurt myself. I was expecting it to be healed, but it still hurts. My shoulder is fine now, but my chest, maybe I just need more warm ups, but it hurt, Doug. I don't know. Hopefully. Hopefully, I'm fine, guys. Please, 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 man. I'm sick and tired of this. It's always push, bro. Why? It's always chest and shoulder or back, bro. That always gets hurt, man. Am I just training stupidly? Maybe. A little bit. Possibly. Come on, man. I'm kind of sick and tired of getting injured, bro. Okay, let me do my second last warm up and then I'll talk a little bit more. What shall we talk about today? Hmm. Oh, I know a good one. That sort of put me in a bad mood yesterday. Is comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy, or something like that. I don't remember the exact quote. I'm not a very Englishy guy, once again. But it's very hard to not compare, especially gym wise. You compare yourself to others' physique, like how fast you progress, strength, looks, everything. It's pretty hard not to compare yourself to others that are doing better than you. But, but, you will not enjoy this process if you do, unless you are psychotic like that. Or you just love the joy of competition. I do, but sometimes it jeopardizes me when I compare myself like that. Let me just do my last warm up. But, anyways, as I was saying, comparison. What was I saying? Yeah, it's pretty hard. You see it all over social media. People's progress. You know, when you compare yourself to them, their looks and everything. But you have to understand, you have different circumstances. Where's my phone? From them. Everyone has different circumstances. And if you want to make a fair comparison, you have to have the same circumstances. Which is almost, not almost, it's impossible, man. For one, you do not have the same genetics. That's one. You might not have the same, build in terms of genetics. And you might not, what's it called? It's just the way the body works. You are not the same. You cannot compare yourself to that person. And I find myself comparing to grown men that are like 4 years and that have like 3 years of consistent gym above me. And I find myself comparing myself to them. And it's a bad habit. And I know I should quit that. But also, if you don't take it in like a negative way, kind of, you use it as motivation, that's good. That's fine. But the only person you should be comparing yourself is yourself. Have you gotten better each passing day? Little by little. Compare yourself to the last time you did this. Have you gotten better? That is what progressive overload is for. I should not do this immediately. I'll give it like 2 more minutes, maybe three. Hopefully, I get this for 5. Last time I did it for 4. I technically could have gotten for 1 more, but I didn't want to hurt my chest. But we'll try and go for 5 today. But, anyways, yeah. A lot of people don't see how much they've grown over the years because they're too busy comparing themselves to people they see online on the internet. But just take a second and look back at your past, at yourself, and see how much you've grown as a person in terms of character, physical appearance, intelligence. There's no way you have not grown. And that's fine. That's good. So stop comparing yourself to others who have different circumstances from you. Compare yourself to yourself, or else you're just never gonna. I don't know. I don't know the words. I'm not good with words, guys. You guys get what I'm saying, okay? I'll get better at talking soon enough, okay? Trust. Okay, it's been 2 minutes. Lord. Don't want to do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Come on. Okay, let me lock. Wow. What a terrible set. Yeah, we need to drop the ego, guys. I think that I'm going to drop by a lot because I want my form to be better over the weight that I'm pushing. Um, I have learned for this one that, well, actually, I've learned for everything that my body mechanics are wrong, per se. I'm using, I'm not using the muscle to push the weight, essentially. So, one, I'm arching, almost natural, but two, I'm using leg drive, and what else? I don't know. I'm just like not using the muscle to push the right weight. Whoa, I can't speak, guys. But I'm not using the muscle per se to push the weight. I'm just using like momentum and other muscles to help me get it up, which is not what you're supposed to do, by the way. And I think like I'm okay with that with most of the things. Like for triceps, I think I'm good with that. Like doing actual good form. And what else? Uh, Biceps, um, quads, um, hamstrings. I think it's just my chest in particular, my chest training that I do this with because I come from a like I think I just have too much of a powerlifting mindset or like body mechanics. Because for powerlifting, you just want to use as little leverage of your body as possible to push as much weight. So I'm very used to arching and using like a leg drive to get the weight up. But because I am not doing powerlifting training anymore, I should be getting rid of that mindset and that habit. And that it should just entirely be my chest, try, and shoulders because you can't take those out. But yeah, I'll try and do that for the next set. Hopefully for a good set of 5. But we're just gonna reset our training basically, our training mindset, anyways. But Loki, I was I was looking back at Sheffield, 2026 and 2025. I want to go back to powerlifting training, man. I want to go back to SBD. SBD was so fun. I low-key kind of miss it. It was fun doing a powerlifting program, but I also enjoyed training to failure. So I don't exactly mind. Just different goals, different paths. Different ways. I'm okay with that. Right now, we're trying to cut down, kinda maintain strength or gain strength, one of the two, but and look better, and then we'll go back to powerlifting because I don't know. I don't really care much for bodybuilding. I've only really cared about strength, so I've just eh, 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 eh. Like, yes, I do care about looking good, but like, I'm in like a sweater and t-shirt most of my time, bro. Like, I just look like a regular dude. I might as well be strong and look like a regular dude. You know? Let me get this set. I mean, that was a little better, but I definitely could have gotten heavier. I think I've underestimated my strength, but no, I'd rather underestimate than overestimate. But I think if you couldn't see my legs in the frame, I put them up and crossed them, so I wouldn't think too much about leg drive. But okay, I think that works. So you might just keep doing that. But now we have shoulder press, which I think I will probably go down and if I'm not going to use leg drive. Hold on, let me just move the camera out of my way. for a second. But as I was saying, hopefully the little tweaks I make will help my planning. But I guess we'll find out. Um, here. Okay, that's good. Let me just put a plate on and then I move the camera back to what it originally was. But oh yeah, yeah. Um, what was it? I was gonna say something. I had a lot to think about what to talk about today. Yesterday when I went home, but now I'm blanking. Like I don't know what to talk about anymore. So I want something to put my feet up on. Okay, never mind then. I think I'm just gonna use these plates that I was using as little footstools, so that I can not use leg drive. Is that better? Yeah, that's a lot better. Keep my ribs stacked. Okay. I'll just talk through my warm up. But if you are wondering why I'm not going all the way down on this, I'll explain in a second. But because I'm doing this for front delts and nothing else but front delts, I am trying to not per se isolate, because it's really hard to isolate, but just getting more activation from the front delt than anything else. And if you look at your arm and your shoulder press here and any deeper, if I was to straighten my arm, that's just a lateral raise. Then here is front delt. So the only reason I'm going here, just this range of motion, is because I'm doing lat raise at the end of my session anyways. So there's no point in me doing it if I'm doing lateral raise anyways. If I wasn't doing lateral raise, then yeah, maybe I'll go deep. But yeah. So if you're telling me I'm looking stupid, uh, just learn. What else can I say? Just learn, bro. I'm tired. What else was I gonna say? Uh, oh, I was gonna talk about mindset and stoicism. I think you guys know what I'm saying, but it's a type of mindset basically where you focus on what you can control and not focus on what you can't control. Let me just lock in real quick. Do I think I can do 2 plates with good form? Probably not. So we will just do a 35. Anyways, as I was talking about, stoicism, focusing on the things you can control and not what you can't control. Um, and I think one of my takeaways from there is the way you think, basically. Um, Once again, if you guys haven't watched my previous videos, I have a very negative mindset. I'm a very negative minded person naturally. Like, it's just like one little mess up and my mind will go down in the dumps, basically. And um that is not a good thing. You guys shouldn't do that. But basically helped remind me that it is all in my mind and that I cannot control what is outside of me, basically. I cannot control how others perceive me, their actions, their thoughts, and I cannot, yeah, basically that. But I tend to let that get to me. But realistically, I should just be focusing on like myself per se, how I speak to myself for one, because I am very harsh with myself. I'm very kind to others, but harsh with myself. And I should probably start speaking to myself the same way I speak to others, because if you think about it this way, if you are like me, uh, if someone were to say what you say to yourself, the negative things you say about yourself, what would you do? If it was me and the way I speak to myself, and if someone said that to me, I'm swinging. I am punching them. So why would I not speak kindly to myself if I wouldn't let others speak that way to me? You know what I mean? My hands are sweaty again because I keep doing this. What am I doing? I need more chalk again. Sheesh. My camera better still be recording. I'm gonna be pissed. Okay. Anyone on peg deck? Because I have that next. But anyways, yeah. And yeah. You just have to learn how to not take other people's garbage and let it affect you mentally, and to be kind to yourself. Because in the end, where was I going with this? In the end, it's your brain, I guess, is where I'm going with this. But yeah, that was my takeaway. Because I, the way other people perceive me, like I'm strong, arrogant, and like stubborn, but that's not who I really am, basically. I'm a very weak person. Weak? Not per se, but mentally, I'm weak. I take everything to heart. And it doesn't seem like it to others, but I am kind of emotional. I just don't show it. I don't like showing my emotions. Okay, let me lock. I'm not locked. I can't do this if I'm not locked. If I counted right, that was 6. If it's 5, I don't care. I'm going up. Because that was kind of easy. So I don't care. I'm going up. And that was good form, too. Okay. Okay. I didn't use any leg drive. That was all shoulders. I controlled my eccentric. Not eccentric, concentric. Nope. I was right. Eccentric. I did everything. So technically, I should go up. Because it was easy. Is my mind telling me. And also my ego talking. Come on, guys. You gotta have a little fun in this. But, as I was saying, I don't show it often. Because, I don't know. I've just built this, not perception, technically perception, but I built this image of myself to others that I am not deprived of emotions, but that I'm not very emotional. So, whenever someone sees me cry, they are very surprised because I don't think anyone's seen me cry in like the past year or two, honestly. But yeah, that's I built that image of myself to others, and because I've been trying to sustain that image, I've put that image in my own mind, and it's like negatively affected me, kind of, a bit, not kind of, a little bit. Because now, sometimes when I get emotional, I'm like, what the heck am I doing? Walk in, bro, type stuff. Like, I don't let myself be emotional for very long, give or take 5 minutes or so, and then all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, whatever, walk in, type of thing. And that's a very bad mindset because I'm never gonna grow emotionally, and I know that. And despite all that, despite knowing, I don't apply it. Like, you may know things, but sometimes the harder part of knowledge is actually using it. Because what's the point of knowing something if you don't apply it? And that goes for all things in life. Your knowledge is useless if you don't know how to use it or if you don't use it. Just like my knowledge with the gym. Because I refuse to do what I'm supposed to do properly. Oh, guys, I really don't want to do this, but I have to. But, yeah. So, pump cover's coming off because we're on triceps and I like to see my muscles. Also, tricep is my favorite to train. and it's my best muscle group. We'll flex. This is just the warm up. Why did my music stop? Oh, no! My other phone's at 20, and I didn't bring a charger, which means I have to raw dog this workout soon. No! No! Because it's been at full. I'm an idiot. That pump looks nice. Sheesh. Sheesh. Okay, too much flexing. I have to wait 3 minutes to do the set. That's flexing too much. I said I was gonna talk more on triceps, but there's a lot of people around me, bro. And I have to, like, face the camera while talking, so it looks like I'm talking to you guys. But, what was I gonna say? Oh. Right. Tying back to what I said at the start, because I just, while I was doom scrolling on Pec Deck, Sam Sulik, my goat, said something like very important that I should apply to myself, and that is like I've said it before already, but just the way you speak to yourself, because sometimes you take it as a joke, right? You say things jokingly to yourself, like I don't know. The one I like to say the most is that I'm schizo, but eventually your brain will start to believe it, and it's not a good thing. Exactly. Um, yeah. Where was I going with this? Oh, just be careful with the way you talk to yourself. You shouldn't talk to yourself negatively, and you shouldn't like be like, because you'll believe it. Like, say like I'm so tired or whatever. You might not be tired at the time, but if you keep saying that, your body will start to believe it's tired. And like, I think that's true because I like to say I'm tired and I'm lazy a lot, and yeah, I believe that because I keep saying it to myself. But I could be saying other things, and maybe it'll work. I don't know. I'm spouting nonsense right now, just so I can rest for my set, and I have to go now. Spouting a whole lot of nonsense. Alrighty, ladies and gents, we are done the workout. It took me longer than expected, won't lie. I got there at like 7:50. I got out at 10:10. It's about 2 hours 30, close to that, typically, and that's typically the time I take with another person, but it was me myself today. But then again, I kept trying different exercises again. Yo, I need to, like, it's so hard for me to stick to a program, man. Not a program, to, like, group of exercises. I don't know. But we are going back to JM Press, guys. Because the original reason I took out JM Press is because the blue Smith machine sucked. But now that we have the good Smith machine fixed, I could go back to JM Press. You get what I'm saying? You get me? So we're putting back JM Press instead of overhead because, one, it'll keep hurting my tendons. Hurts my elbow for some reason. And two, it's a lot easier, not easier, but it's a lot more progressible because I'm basically full stack for overhead. So we're going back to JM Press. Yes, I know, I keep switching out exercises and putting them back in and taking them out. But trust, guys, this will be the one. I'm lying. I'm a liar. The only one that doesn't change is our leg day. But as I said last leg day, the first leg day of the week will be back extensions. The second leg day of the week will be SLDLs. Because I like both movements. And I would like to have both movements. But you can't have them in one session. So I'm going to split up my sessions. So yeah, that's what tomorrow is going to look like. But everything else will be the same. Next pull day, hopefully, will be better. I don't think I'm changing any of the exercises on pull. But it's low-key just my push that keeps changing. I don't know. Because I'm very bipolar with my push exercises, especially for my chest and triceps. I keep changing. Because, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I'd give my workout like a good 8. It's pretty good. Pump was good. Pump is not an indicator of growth, but we love chasing the pump. Can't say I progressed. I didn't progress. Statistically, I didn't progress. But progression takes a lot longer than just, what am I spouting? I just have to stick to a program. Not a program. I have to stick to one push day and not change anything. Stop changing. I gotta stop changing the seat height. I gotta stop changing the setup. I just gotta stop changing. That's the problem with me. Yeah. So, next push day, whatever I did this push day, we are doing the same setup, same everything. We are keeping everything the same. Controlled variables, guys. Or else you'll never be able to see your progression. You need to control your variables. Which is not what I'm doing. And I know I should, but I can't. But yeah. That's all. Peace.